Oh, they decided to come back, but a bit late. You're not entrenched. Can I check the casualties? I can. Our side have lost 8.2 million. They've lost almost 3 million. But bearing in mind that's including France and the Soviets. Okay, next technology. We can grab convoy escorts. Let's do that. See, this is exactly the kind of fleet that we can just go out and attack. Just doesn't want to. Alright, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to set you lot to patrol. Why are you on 0 of 1? It almost feels like they're just being blocked somehow. Oh, now they're doing it. Looks like if you give individual task forces orders, they're not working. Yeah, but I took that rule away. It would be this hash otherwise. And that should only affect convoys. It shouldn't affect surface fleets. The red one affects surface. This one doesn't. Japan is justifying against us. Interesting. That's going to be against the Dutch East Indies. Whoa, we are really short on steel. Right, because the Soviets can't get to us anymore. Turkey. South Africa. And France. And we can deploy more of these guys, which we'll put on there. Get another 4 of those in training as well. Ah, and also, big news! Would you like some tanks? Because I've got some tanks for you! Huzzah! Freaking finally! Okay, you lot need some more orders. Just keep on pushing. And we still have a surplus, though I'm sure that a whole bunch of those are rolling out. Help Egypt. Oh, yes, we do need to do that. Okay. Ah, damn it. Papagos, you can take command of those guys, and they are going to go and hold out down here. Good suggestion. Should probably send them the cavalry as well. Cool. Okay, a long and proud tradition. Base stability +5, naval experience +10. Ancient talent grants naval leader cost -50, starting level of new naval leaders +1, starting defense level of new naval leaders +2, starting maneuver skill of new naval leaders +2. Our navy is one of the few things that has consistently been the pride of Greece even through our darkest hours. What we do today is merely the continuation of a long and proud tradition. After all, it takes 3 years to build a new ship, and it takes 100 years to build a new tradition. We could save El Alamein. That's true. Oh, I'm losing submarines now because they're in recon mode. Just hemorrhaging ships. I hadn't even realised how many we'd lost. Don't repair there. Continue convoy raiding. Okay, next we have another military factory. Is there anything we're short in? Fighters, but I'm not really focusing on fighters at the moment. I think I want to start making some I don't even have technology for motorized. Alright, just make me some more guns. And send them 4,000 guns. I think they could probably use it more than me, or possibly even France. And as soon as France dies, I think all of those Italians are suddenly going to appear on my front line. So we need to make sure that this is built up before that happens. Yeah, I do wonder if it's because we don't have spotters finding enemy fleets. In which case, I think it's going to be time for us to put you guys back into escort. Which also, interestingly, kind of confirms that you can't use allied spotters. Because, like, the French were starting fights, like, down here, and we wouldn't go to assist them. So you kind of need your own spotters to call you in, which is weird. I would expect allies to call you into fights too. That's something I've never really been able to confirm, but I think we just did. The Greek Navy has 2,500 years of tradition. Still carries the battle honour for the Battle of Salamis in 480 BC. There you go. You can make more artillery and switch one of the infantry to the main divisions to artillery to make them 20 combat widths. I mean, we are slowly but surely switching these to the AA. I just need the experience, which we now have. So we can go double AA for you, and you are now 20 combat width. Which is what I'd wanted to do all along. So those guys are basically done except for support companies. What's going on in Egypt? We've somehow pushed back, even though I wasn't doing anything. Need to keep an eye on this. Does make me a little bit nervous. Is this counting? No, it's in the Balkans. Why? Whose aeroplanes are those? Because my entire air force should be here, but those looked suspiciously like blue flags with a cross. Oh no, those are German. Maybe it's just the... No, these guys. That's German, isn't it? They do have air superiority, but what's the impact of that? Yeah, see, it's only minus 2.6 because of my AA. Although we have only just increased the amount of AA that we have here. How's Bulgaria doing? They've still not joined anyone. That's still just Japan. Right, we have a new focus that we can use on something. So we can either go for screens, which frankly is what my fleet is being used for now. Or we could go for a Chief of the Army for Army Defense or Army Offense. We are better at defense. Or we could go for our Artillery Expert to make the artillery do more. If you pop the defense order, you take more damage, which I'm a little reluctant to do. I can always pull back. It's not a huge issue. We're not actually defending on core territory at the moment. Or we can go for some designers. Like, we still haven't actually finished the 1941 heavy tank. So we can grab the Vickers Armstrong for that reliability and soft attack. You know what? I'm going to do that. 10 days before the new heavy tanks are done. Beautiful. I'm going to pull you back. Losing these two would be a lot worse than losing that. Come on. There we go. Oh, I thought for a minute you were retreating there. You're not. You're fine. You're just digging in. Looks like we've managed to repulse them. We'll send in some reinforcements just in case. Now, one thing that we might be able to do is promote commanders. Still not. A little surprising. Oh, but we can get you Improv Expert, which I would definitely like to have. Yeah, you've got another trait after this, which we can use for Infantry Expert. When you unlock that. You're at 84% towards getting Army Officer. Army Leader. Infantry Leader, even. Let's have you go in there, because now I'm getting a little concerned. There we go. And now we entrench. Which is really where our strength is going to come in. Japan declared war on British Malaya. Oh, they didn't go for Indonesia. Heavy tank's done. Let's get the heavy tank AA. Fall of Hong Kong. Troops from the Empire of Japan have captured the British Crown colony of Hong Kong after breaking through the Jinjinka's line and landing on Hong Kong Island itself. Hey, we've got another download. Thank you very much for doing that. Appreciate it. And as you have seen, if you do grab a copy of Raid Shadow Legends for yourself and play through the 5-minute tutorial, you get your own little animation like that. So get yours today. The situation soon became untenable for the defenders, and the governor surrendered in person at the Peninsula Hong Kong Hotel, where the Japanese had established their headquarters. After a brief ceremony, a new Japanese governor was installed who announced a new Hong Kong to the world, free of Western colonialism. Yabushido, thank you very much for the 8-month resubscription. Very much appreciate that. Thank you. Am I fighting Yugoslavia? Yes, we are. Does the yellow exclamation mark tell me anything? No mission set. That's my one submarine, who apparently survived. I need more submarines, is what that's telling me. And the surface fleet is now actually doing escort duty. I think I'm just going to need to leave them in escort duty. And there we go. The Japanese declared war on the Dutch. Meanwhile, France is looking worse and worse. How are the Soviets doing? Where's Moscow? Bloody hell. Yeah, oh dear. Rostov may fall soon. Stalingrad's threatened. And we're now fighting against the Japanese too. Awesome. 11.25 million losses. Well, America's certainly taking their sweet time.
A new warrior.
Nicely done. Thank you very much for the download as well. Appreciate that. That's what, 92 now? Yeah, it is. Thank you very, very much for that. Ask for roads now. I would love to. Give control state. They would accept. What? It's not one of the options. It was earlier. Oh, was I doing the wrong one? Oh, I was. Ask for control. My bad. Nope, we're still at minus 1,000. Probably because our contribution's still 0%. Nope, it's now 2%. Yeah, because we took Albania. Giving a lot of contribution. And now that we have a border with Yugoslavia, which they seem a heck of a lot more interested in defending, yeah, I have a feeling this is going to be non-stop fighting up here in the north now. Fine by me, because we're super entrenched. So, come at me, bro. There's just going to be a glut of experience. Just joined. What's the goal in this playthrough? Mostly to survive, but also to have a really big navy. Which we're kind of failing at, because we're just building destroyers. Once all the defences are done, though, we can switch to naval production. I'm amazed that these guys are still alive. And there's also the Venetian naval invasion, and they control Venice. And Trieste. That's a big invasion, actually. Not taking enough pressure off of the French, though. And yep, France is still guarding down here. Although they have removed some of their troops. The French submarines are off the coast of India because of reasons. Am I taking desert attrition down here? Yes, I am. Although for the moment I can afford it. You're welcome, Britain. Now you owe me. Paris falling from the south, that's a new one. Yeah, I've seen it before. Loved your Navy guide, so I still suck at Navy and man the guns. Well, hopefully we'll be doing a bit more Navy, but need to stabilise my land things first. Okay, this is another fight that we should really... Oh no, it's against submarines. Okay, maybe not necessarily. In fact, we might actually be in this one. We're not. Papagos has fallen ill. Unfortunately, we have nobody to replace you with. Like, you can probably tell the state of my generals right now. It's not too hot. Where was Sparta? Oh, it was down here, wasn't it? There's no real reason for us not to be getting generals. I've just realised. So let's actually get Papagos to be in charge of those guys, which is what he should be doing. Let's get a regular general here. There we go. That'll keep us going for a little while. Oh, they've been pushed really hard in the Netherlands. Big German assaults happening, and also Denmark has fallen. Although the Norwegian Navy is currently fighting against the Hochseeflotte. The Danish Navy is still alive, although Copenhagen's looking like they're in a bit of trouble, so I have a feeling that the Allies have had a panic moment and withdrawn all of their troops from various locations. That's how things are looking. We've now lost 38,000, but we are still training another set of 4 soldiers, which will be very useful. Considering I had to pull troops away from the Bulgarian front, I am still concerned about the Bulgarians. Here we go, infantry expert, finally. Or do we want ambusher? We are fully entrenched. We probably do want this. Yeah, I mean, infantry expert, here's the thing. Infantry division attack doesn't actually mean their attack ability is their damage. Attack is wrongly labelled. It's damage done. So that's basically 10% extra damage. But the recon bonus, I mean, they don't actually have recon because we don't have recon companies, but we can introduce them. And then entrenchment. You know what? I'm going to go ambusher for a change. So that also means that we should probably go for the entrenchment expert theorist so we can get another 10 entrenchment and then also the entrenchment speed. Which is thankfully only 150. And that also means that we should go for recon. Which is entirely fair. We have enough support equipment to handle that. Cool. And there's the upgraded SPAAs, which we should definitely start upgrading to. Okay, next it is 1942. Research. Hey, we're finally fighting in a battle. And there's the long and proud tradition, at last. So we can get the torpedo, which would be the research bonus, but I don't think we necessarily need that right now. Hey, Britain, you willing to give me freaking roads here? Oh, come on. I wonder, can I swap Albania? Probably not. And actually that's another good point, is we should be checking the occupation of Albania. So we're currently using the cavalry, that's fine. Occupation is absolutely bossing it. And we could probably go all the way to civilian oversight, which will have compliance skyrocketing. Sweet. Okay, next. We could go Hellenic Air Force so we can get the combat bonuses. We could prepare a war against Bulgaria. Although that's going to open up a huge new front. Which I'm kind of keen to avoid. So I think I'm going to go Legacy of War and get down to Land of Mountains. Let's do that. I've read that one before. Now, here's a question. I mean, Albania does have a fair amount of industry, which I'd quite like to get my hands on, and also manpower. Nah, we'll keep it. It's fine. I have a feeling once France falls, I'm going to be taking the brunt of the assaults after that. Although, Italy is being increasingly attacked. In fact, that's a heck of a cutoff there. It's a little shaky, but it is a cutoff. Alright, what are we constructing now? We actually completed one of the military factories. What I think I want to do, though, is get another set of land forts. I'm going to turn this into a level 5. Like so. Let's get that one done first. Thank you very much for the download. Appreciate that. Thank you. And I also want to increase the infrastructure. Oh, yeah. We definitely need Epirus' infrastructure increased. As a matter of some priority. Because even though Albania is really well developed, because Epirus is so bad, supply is not going to be flowing through there. Bottlenecking and all that. Can you get the extra research slot near the roads decision tree? No, because I can't get to it until I've done roads. Because I need to have completed one of these and one of these in order to get that. And I really want to get that Rhodes Island buff. Because it's by far and away the biggest that we can get. One possible approach, give Albania to the British, ask for roads, retreat back to your forts in Greece. Yeah, true. Nah, I just need to keep contributing. We'll get there eventually. Especially because I'm helping them out down here. Iceland takes control of foreign affairs. With the capitulation of its union partner Denmark, the Icelandic parliament has taken control of its own foreign affairs and in so doing has become a fully independent nation. And in fact, I'm going to say you, once you've done with that, can go and attack here. Nicely chaining those together. New technology, that was industry, so I think we probably... Actually, fuel's looking okay at the moment. Let's drop our imports from Iran slightly. We can't get that until we get the upgraded weapons, otherwise we'll not have the material designer buffs.